Most armies are buried after they lose. This one was buried before the battle even began. More than 2,000 years ago, an emperor ordered an army of thousands to stand beside him for eternity. And the strangest part? Every soldier had a different face. In 1974, farmers digging a well near Xi'an, China, made a discovery that would change archaeology forever. Beneath the earth were fragments of life-sized clay figures. Archaeologists soon realized they weren't looking at a few statues. They were looking at an entire army. The soldiers belonged to the mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor to unite China. Qin became emperor in 221 BC after conquering the rival states that had fought each other for generations. He was obsessed with power, and he was equally obsessed with what would happen after death. So while he was still alive, he began constructing an enormous tomb complex. Thousands of workers were brought in, and alongside the underground tomb were pits filled with clay soldiers, horses, and chariots. The figures were not identical. There were infantrymen, archers, cavalrymen, and officers. Some stood at attention. Others were positioned as if ready for battle. Their faces, hairstyles, and clothing were carefully sculpted. But there was something else. The army was built to serve a purpose beyond decoration. Qin Shi Huang believed the world after death would resemble the world he had ruled in life. He had conquered an empire, so he wanted an army to protect him in the next one. Then, sometime after his death in 210 BC, the underground complex was damaged and partly burned. The soldiers were buried beneath the earth for centuries. Their colors faded. Their weapons disappeared or deteriorated. And eventually, the entire army was forgotten, until those farmers began digging in 1974. As archaeologists uncovered more of the site, the scale became almost impossible to comprehend. Thousands of figures had been placed underground, and each one seemed to carry a small piece of the world Qin Shi Huang had ruled. But there is one detail that makes the discovery even more remarkable. The soldiers were originally painted in brilliant colors. Much of that color disappeared after exposure to air, leaving behind the familiar terracotta appearance we see today. The emperor wanted an army that could follow him into eternity. Instead, he left behind something else, a frozen image of an empire, and one of the greatest archaeological discoveries ever made. More than 2,000 years later, the soldiers are still standing, and the emperor they were built to protect is still waiting somewhere beneath the earth. But what lies inside Qin Shi Huang's actual tomb is a mystery archaeologists have still not opened. Click the next video to discover how a crew lost their ship in Antarctica, but all managed to survive.